semi-finals here later on this evening. The officials making their way out on court for the next offering for you, which is women's singles. Starting to fill up a little bit now, isn't it?
Now please welcome our player, P.V Sindhu from India.
So here come the players for this semi-final. P.V Sindhu first of India, the defending champion.
Then let's welcome Akane Yamaguchi from Japan.
Very talented teenager, Akane Yamaguchi, 18 years of age, world rank number 10. Hard to know really who here is the favourite, really. Both, of course, very young. P.V Sindhu, though, been around, it seems, for a long time. So, the semi-final here between Yamaguchi and Sindhu, the winner taking on either Mitani of Japan or Yibing Zhao, another 18-year-old from China.
Women's singles semi-final. P.V Sindhu from India versus Akane
13 matches in Macau for P.V Sindhu, 13 wins so far. Winner, of course, in 2013, 2014, and given a bit of a fright yesterday, lost in the second set to Chen Yufei, took the third 21-14, but not as much of a fright as Yamaguchi was given. 19-15 down she was in the third set to her compatriot Sayaka Sato before turning it around to win it 23-21. Seeded number 5 here, world rank number 12, of course, 2 times a bronze medal winner at the World Championships. And well, happy with her form after recovering from injury. Finalist recently at the Denmark Open, where she beat the world number 1 Carolina Marin. And as I mentioned there, in that quarter-final yesterday, first set she's dropped. Yamaguchi, recent winner, world number 10 at the Bitburger Open just at the start of this month, came down from a game down to beat Busanan of Thailand in that. Seeded 2 here. Looked like she might be heading out yesterday, but not only a 3-setter yesterday, but also she followed that win at the Bitburger Open by making the last 16 at the China and Hong Kong Opens. But maybe one of her best performances this year was on home soil when she reached the final of the Japan Open while unseeded. She beat some really top-notch players there, the likes of Sung Ji-hyun, Li Shuwei and Wang Shijian. They have met before. That was a couple of years ago, September 2013, the Japan Open. Yamaguchi, as you can see, won it pretty comfortably. Wonder whether that will have a bearing. Sindhu can be a bit of an enigma, can't she? She can beat some of the highest ranked players. She can lose to players you wouldn't expect her to lose to. Kim Kang-kyun of Korea is our umpire. And there is Ramida Asawaposop of Thailand, who is our service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, P.V Sindhu, India, and on my left, Akane Yamaguchi, Japan. Akane Yamaguchi to serve, love ball, play.
Well, she managed to defend her title. Last year did P.V Sindhu. Or is this another step to doing it again here in Macau 2015? But a tough prospect ahead against Akane Yamaguchi here. And Sindhu nets. There's no doubting Yamaguchi's talent. Recognised as the most promising player of the year by the BWF in 2014. That's long. Of course, both these players fighting hard for the Olympic dream. Sindhu off the mark. Looking to make their first Olympic appearance in Rio, both these players. Both with a chance, of course, both sitting inside that top 16 of the world, right now at least. That's just long from Yamaguchi. Snatched that one a little, did the Japanese player. Run of 4 points for the Indian. Sindhu's last two titles have been these ones here in Macau. Something about the place that obviously agrees with the Indian, this former Portuguese colony, now a region of China. Good tight net shot from Yamaguchi, setting up the winner. Ends that run of 5 points in a row for Sindhu. That's good. Beautifully found the corner there from Sindhu. Of course, Indian badminton in good health, although a couple of the favourites in various disciplines here this week have Badaway Surkanth, #1 seed in the men's singles. He went out in the first round. Similar story for #2 seeds in the women's doubles, Joanna Gutta and Ashwini Ponappa. Sindhu left flying the flag. Yamaguchi, of course, a lot of good young Japanese players. Of course, Minatsu Mitani in the other semi-final. Sindhu again dominating. She's started really well here, it has to be said. And Takahashi, Sayaka Takahashi, of course, and Nozomi Okuhara. Part of this strong contingent now, part of the scene in Japan. That's wide, and well, this is a little bit worrying for Yamaguchi. 9 out of the last 10 points now have gone the way of P.V Sindhu. You can see it there in her facial expression. That's a little lost. Plenty of time, though. I mean, that's on her side at least, and that is just wide. It was a very nicely played shot. It wasn't far away, but that's the way things are going for her at the moment. And that's on the line. And that's mightily impressive. 11 out of 12 points. P.V Sindhu, well, off and flying. 11-3. Big advantage in game one. Couldn't have asked for more than that, could she, really? And well, Yamaguchi with some working out to do here. Obviously have met before, although that was over 2 years ago now, so doesn't really have that much bearing on proceedings here.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
More of the same, please, I think is the word to P.V Sindhu.
11, play. Play.
Yamaguchi.
Play.
I feel like she just needs to stick with the rallies more. Trying to obviously play these winners, but not coming off for her at the moment. Even the tight net shots.
14, play.
Almost like this opening game's gone now. Just try and give yourself some kind of foundation for game two.
14, play.
Surprisingly lopsided right now. That's 9 points in a row. Oh, well played. I mean, that's something she's worked really hard on, Sindhu, her defensive work. She knows she's maybe not as good as she needs to be, but you saw it there. She really stood up to the task. And there's no let up in concentration from her, which is also really important. Don't want to start giving Yamaguchi a chance to get into her stride here.
15, play.
We can hear the murmurs from the crowd. Almost a little shock to see this scoreline. Well, well, well.
17, play.
Well, we know who's going to win the opening game. Can Yamaguchi recover for game two? You know she can. Yeah, she's got that on the line.
77, 4, 17.
Hardly say it's a confidence booster. She needs a little more than that to get her on the app again. Well, the schoolgirl who lived that fairy tale, of course, burst onto the scene in 2013 at the Japan Open, the Super Series event, emerged from qualification to win it. The youngest ever winner of a Super Series event. She was ranked 145 in the world at the time, at the age of just 16. And well, we knew we had another
6, 7,
superstar on our hands, but right now she's digging deep to try and give herself something here to try and make this Macau Open final. Well, this is the run of points that she wanted. 4 in a row, just to give herself something to get her back in her stride. Obviously, it's going to be too much for her to try and get something out of this game. You don't come back from 17-3 down. That's well wide.
19-7.
Well, she got off to a great start yesterday, P.V Sindhu, against Chen Yufei, and always in control of the opening game. Not quite as much as she is here, but she did allow Chen to come back in it. Chen winning the second set before Sindhu took the third, 21-14. So game points have arrived, 12 of them.
Game point 8.
That's just wide, so there you go. Well, the 13 points in a row always going to help, aren't they? Yamaguchi, can she recover from that? Because P.V Sindhu has been dominant, she's been excellent, and the scoreline doesn't flatter her. 21 points to 8. Surprisingly comfortable, because we know Akane Yamaguchi, well, she's got the powers at her disposal. She came from the brink of defeat yesterday, 19-15 down in that third set. You just wonder maybe how much has that taken out of her. There's the confirmation of the scoreline from that opening set. I suppose the message really for Sindhu is no let up, because when you're playing a player as talented as Yamaguchi, Sindhu will be very aware. This one's not over yet.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Double play.
Well, you do wonder. Both these players involved in 3 setters, but of course, Yamaguchi yesterday fighting back from what looked like an exit late last night. But that's just the way she wanted to start game 2. Remember, she was 2 love up in game 1 as well. Just wide that time.
Service over. 1-all. 2, 1.
Oh, big missed opportunity that. Sindhu on the ground, and well, that's not a good sign for Yamaguchi, is it really?
Service over. 2, all.
Surely it can't be as one-sided, at least, as the opening set.
Service over. 3, 2.
Well, both players really emerging in 2013, of course. Mentioned Yamaguchi in the Japan Open, of course. Prior to that, Sindhu had that incredible run at the World Championships, where she beat the defending champion Wang Yihan, beat the world number one, former world number one at the time, Wang Shixian. She looks like she means business here this week. Yeah, one of those days for Yamaguchi, I think. Just not timing things right, not thinking right. Well, it's almost like a feeling of deja vu, isn't it? 2-all, 4 points in a row. Real speed, isn't there, about Sindhu in her play? Makes a rare error there, though.
3, 6.
Oh, you get a point again on the board and then you serve long like that. Really disappointing from a Japanese perspective. She has got that wonderful reach. So tall, Sindhu, but didn't quite help her out on that occasion.
Five, 7. Service over. 8, 5.
Just looks that 10% quicker around the court, doesn't she, Sindhu?
Service over. 6, 8.
Well, she's got an excellent attacking game, Yamaguchi, if she's allowed to use it.
Seven, 8. Service over.
Body language says it all.
7.
I mean, that was well, pretty routine, really, for Yamaguchi. Knew what she wanted to do, didn't put it off. Lovely overhead.
10-7.
Well, needs a lot more like that, doesn't she?
8-10.
Good aggressive play. Forcing Sindhu back. Well, not as one-sided as game one,
11-8.
but still a very effective and dominant performance nonetheless from P.V Sindhu. Game up, 11-8 up in game number 2.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, now or never really, from Yamaguchi's perspective.
11-8.
Sindhu just needs to maintain this level of performance. See what our opponent's got. That one got through, though.
9-11.
Well, best rally of the match. By a long way. That's wide. Is there a way back in this for Akane Yamaguchi? A long rally, which ended with a pretty tired shot from Sindhu. Given out. Sindhu, I don't think, agreed. Of course, no referral assistant at Grand Prix gold level. Questioning look, I think it's fair to say, from it. Yeah, 11-8 at the interval, 11-all now. That's long.
Service over. 12-11.
Brilliant. That was brilliant from Sindhu. just when Yamaguchi thought maybe there's a way to turn this match right on its head, she produces a lovely winner like that. And that's why.
14, 11.
Is it merely a flicker of resistance from Yamaguchi? Well, that might help.
Service over. 12, 14.
Down the corner nicely.
13, 14.
Well, this is kind of like the contest we were expecting from the start. I'm not sure what happened in that opening game. Missed by a long way, and we're level again in this second game. Oh, brilliant. This is more like it. It's just wide. What a brilliant rally. Excellent badminton from both players, and the kind of badminton you can get when two players are at it. Yamaguchi is at the party. Maybe too late, though. Some sapping rallies in this second game. Relief, I'm sure, from Sindhu to see that one heading wide.
15, 14. Play.
Frustration there for Sindhu. Was there to be got at.
15, all. Play.
Yamaguchi leads.
15, 15.
Oh my goodness. Well, the defensive solidity is back from Yamaguchi. Some errors creeping in from Sindhu. Well, suddenly there is a possibility, isn't there now, of the Japanese teenager getting back in this match and forcing us into a decider.
Great.
Well, that's well long.
18, 15.
Well, both these players
19,
went the distance
15.
in their victories in the quarterfinals. And, well, wouldn't have thought this about 15 minutes ago, but this one's going to go to 3 sets as well, it seems. It's a very different Akane Yamaguchi now, isn't it? And game points have arrived.
Game point.
6 points in a row from the 18-year-old. And Sindhu a little shell-shocked here. Well, Akane Yamaguchi. I'm not sure who that player was in the first set, but that's what we've come to expect. And a fabulous way to wrap up this second game and take us into a decisive one. P.V Sindhu looked like she was cruising to victory. Now she's got a real fight on her hands. It's 1 game all. Akane Yamaguchi taking the second, 21 points to 15. Everything seemed to be going so smoothly for Sindhu in this semi-final. I mean, it's not like she would not have expected that kind of fight back from Akane Yamaguchi. Just
20 seconds.
nothing she could do about it, really. Now, who has the momentum going into game number 3? Credit to her, Yamaguchi. But a lost cause, particularly when she was down heavily as well in game 2. But here we go. A decider for a place in the women's singles final at the Macau Open.
Final game. Double red. Service over. 1-0.
Well, we're not going to read too much into these early points. That's easily left by
Service over.
P.V Sindhu,
All.
well inside the line.
Two, one.
Movement is so much better now from Yamaguchi. Really is like watching a different player here. Oh, well played. Oh, wonderful recovery again from Yamaguchi. This is brilliant. I think it was a miss hit from Sin. I think that came off the frame of the racket, but credit to her. She probably thought she played a few winners early on. Well, their idea was right.
3-2.
Power followed by a touch, but the touch on this occasion went into the net. Cindy looks like she's in a stride again.
4-4. Red.
It's long.
Service over.
It's amazing how a
3-4.
lopsided contest like the one we had has now become a really enthralling, even contest, hasn't it? turned into an excellent watch.
Thank you.
Sindhu looking for her first win of the year. Of course, this young lady winning earlier this month, the Bitburger Open.
Service server. 5-3.
Well, winning's never easy. It looked easy for Sindhu early on. 43 minutes now. Oh, that's a super touch. Deception, execution, spot on. She's found it again.
7-8.
Not that time, and
Service server.
must be this nagging doubt in her mind of whether any lead is big enough.
Service server. 8-4.
Well, the pendulum maybe has swung back Persala Venkata Sindhu's way. Of course, while she won bronze in the World Championships last two before reaching the quarterfinals this year, Yamaguchi actually didn't even go to the World Championships. She went to her high school team championships instead. And of course she missed the chance to win 3 World Junior titles in a row because she got the chance to play at the China Open instead.
9-4. Four. 10-4.
Well, 6 of the last 7 points have gone Sindhu's way. She looks like the authoritative figure once more in this semi-final. But you do see that with a little bit of hesitation and trepidation.
Service server. 5-10.
Oh, well done, because Yamaguchi got herself in that point when it looked like it'd been lost. But once more, P.V Sindhu's on top. Now can she see it through? This decisive third game. It's the Indian who leads 11 points to 5. Well, looking for her first major trophy of the season. Being made to fight very hard for it by Yamaguchi, although that didn't look like was going to be the case. He wasn't really made to work for it too hard in game number 1. Can she offer some more resistance, Yamaguchi here? You have to say, Sindhu's really maintained her level. Even during game 2, she wasn't like she was playing poorly. She hasn't panicked either. Brilliant. Well, it's an 8-point lead now. She won 21-14 in the third set yesterday to Chen Yufei. That's a really well-worked point.
14-5.
Yamaguchi finding points very hard to win. She got one there. Well, she needs a run of them now. Well, you wouldn't rule her out. You wouldn't write her off just yet, would you? Well, yeah, that yell of disappointment from Yamaguchi. She knows she can't afford too many errors now. Here we go again. Well wide from Sindhu at the end of it all. Just tightens things up a little. Still, it's a very healthy 6-point lead for P.V Sindhu. She'd have taken that at the start of game 3, 15-9. I think the umpire just telling Sindhu to be ready. But you can understand why she probably wanted a bit of a breather after that last rally. She was ready there. Kim Hare, you saw on the coaching team now, and it was his birthday this week. Maybe a present of a win for P.V Sindhu might be a nice one, but this one's not done and dusted yet, never mind the final. Low left. 17-10. Well, at least she's showing what she can do in this semi-final. Yamaguchi really started the match so slowly, surprisingly slowly.
Service over. 11-17.
Well, trying to offer some encouragement from the sides. So the gap is down to 4. Well, it's turned into a pretty enthralling semi-final. She does get a crossword on that backside, back hand of the court, but she couldn't get down to that one from Yamaguchi.
14-17.
already fought back once in this match, doing it again here. Akane Yamaguchi. 14 points to 5 down. Now it's just 17-14. And you can see Sindhu giving a big yell as she inches closer to the winning line.
Service over. 15-18.
Well, every point just starts to get that little bit more important now. Yamaguchi's on her knees and Sindhu staying ahead, maintaining her game 3 advantage. Okay, it's not as big as it has been, which was at 9 points at one stage. But she is now just 2 points away from a 3rd Macau Open final in successive years. Well, dropped the wrong side of the net for Yamaguchi. 5 match points for Sindhu here. Well, you'd expect her to save at least one.
Service over. 15-20.
Defended by Yamaguchi, hanging in. Is it long? It is! And the Macau march goes on for P.V Sindhu. She's into the final again in what was a really topsy-turvy match here against Akane Yamaguchi. She steamrolled the Japanese to take the opening game. She looked in control of game 2, but Yamaguchi came back and then went into a big lead in game 3, only for the Japanese to show some resistance again, but this time she had enough to get the job done. She beat Ko Hyo-min in 2014. She beat Michelle Lee in 2013. Well, after that victory, it's either Minato Matani or Hei Bing Zhao in 2015. P.V Sindhu is through to the final again. final that had plenty of talking points, in which Sindhu emerged victorious.
接落嚟會進行男子單打準決賽，現在有請裁判員同司事員進場。Next single semifinal is about to begin. Let's welcome the umpires and line judges.
So confirmation that P.V Sindhu is in the final again. He, Bing Zhao and Minatsu Mitani. They meet later on to decide who she will play tomorrow afternoon. And next up, it's the men's singles. As you can see, 4 players still left in things, semi-final stage. And we're looking at a match-up between the pair in the top half there, Jeon Hyuk-jin and Go Sun-huat, who are just about to come out.
Now please welcome our players, Joo Kim from Korea.
Korean Jeon Hyuk-jin, just 20 years of age.